everybody? Welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Wednesday, December 6th, 2023. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Happy hump day, everybody. As we say on here, make it be the humpiest of the humpest of the hump days of all of your life. You better hump it up like everybody that hasn't humped it up in a long time, because it is a Wednesday. So happy Wednesday, happy hump day. And make some dreams come true. That's all I'm saying. Make some dreams come true. But anyways, thank you for being here tonight, everybody. Appreciate you as always. And welcome back, my lovely co-host, Miss Sabrina Vittori. Sabrina, welcome back. How you doing?
I'm not as excited as you are. That's for shit fucking sure. But I'm here.
I think you seem pretty excited, right?
Yeah, sure. Great.
Come on.
Hi, Richard Tracy. How are you? Hi, GR.
What's up, Richard Tracy? What's up, GR? How's everybody doing out there? Happy to see you all back here. It's great to see everybody.
There's a lot of pumping going on in that
Tracy,
speech there.
I love that picture.
Yeah.
Hi, Queen.
Hey, Queen. What's up, Queen? What's going on?
Oh, Queen. You know you're my favorite of all time.
Damn,
yeah,
Peps. He's putting it on thick tonight, huh? Hey, what's up? What's up, Chris? What's up?
Yo, Chris. Thanks for bringing the comments, son.
Peppy's got all the news here, but everybody, thank you for being here on Hump Day. We're not alone as always. Of course, joining us back, it's Wednesday. So our resident intellectual himself, Mr. Mike Casey, is back. Mike Casey, how you doing, man? How's life?
I'm doing great, Brian. Life is good. I'm a happy guy tonight. Nothing super special going on, except I am excited about something that'll be revealed shortly, but I don't know. Happy to see everybody in the chat.
For the show, Mike.
Save for the show.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me on, man. Kruse Control mug for life.
Yeah.
Why, my best buddy, GR.
Oh, yeah, you gotta say hi to GR too. Good for you, Peps. But also joining us back on Kruse Control, it may have been a minute since you've seen this guy. And I guess I have to say it because we're gonna move forward, but it's Wednesday. So everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control, Mr. Sean Sutherland. Sean, welcome back, man. How you been? What's up? What's going on?
Oh shit, I knocked my camera off. That's not good.
This must be a bit.
Oh no.
Now you really need to issue something.
My fucking camera broke.
Is it actually broken?
No, I have to disconnect it for a second.
Will you take a second?
All right, we'll come back to you.
I'm gonna go to Pep Star himself. Peppy, welcome back to Kruse Control, man. How's life? What's going on? What have you been up to? Because it's been a second. No, it hasn't really been. I love seeing you here, Peppy. What's going on?
Happy hump day, guys.
Yeah, happy hump day, peeps.
Sean, it's good to see you, man. Where you been?
I don't see him. Where has he been?
You can't see him.
Currently.
I think Peppy is happy to see you, Sean. Well, hopefully he'll see you very shortly once you get the camera worked out. But
Peppy's voice getting deep these days.
He is.
Peppy's got that timber.
Yeah, Peppy's got a little bit bass, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Hey, what's up, Ty? Welcome back,
Ty.
man. Good to see you, Ty. It's good to see everybody back here. It's so great.
Ty Boogie, I like your comments. I think we should hang out sometime. I like your style.
Oh, look at that.
We got you.
And we got Mr. Sean Sutherland, everybody. Sean, welcome back to Kruse Control.
Great bit, Sean.
Goodness.
That was terrific. That played
what a
great.
hell of an intro. Yeah, I poked myself in the eye, broke my camera for a second.
Oh, no.
Happy hump day.
I do want to bring it down for a second. I do, and Brian, I'm sorry, this isn't, I didn't tell you this beforehand, obviously. I do need to read a written statement here, if that's all right. Is it okay? Can I get a few minutes here?
Yeah, man. If you got
How
something to
many
say
minutes?
to the world, put it out there.
Don't worry about it, Sabrina. Don't worry about it.
As many minutes as you were late last time?
Oh, come on.
We don't have that much time. This, a Wednesday show. Anywho, I need to take the time to issue a strongly worded apology to the entire Kruse Control audience, but specifically to you, Brian and Sabrina. Back in August, we talked about a very serious subject, and I did not agree with you both. I thought your opinions were shit, and I really heart and the deepest trenches of my soul, allow me to apologize and just say Strays was an okay movie. And I'm sorry. My bad, everybody. My bad, everybody. I enjoyed it. I watched it while I was cooking some nice dinner. A very good orzo and shrimp 20-minute one-pot recipe that I'd be happy to share. But anyway,
it was right now. That sounds delicious.
It was great. It was a fantastic background movie. I laughed. I did one of those. That was funny.
I did that a lot too during that.
And I just apologize to the entire Kruse Control family, and I hope that you forgive me. I hope that you guys forgive me. So
apology accepted, Sean.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
damn,
you so
but we apology accepted.
It was an okay movie.
it was okay.
Richard Tracy said right. You were right the first time.
It was okay.
Yeah.
No one said it was good, but it was fine. You know what I mean? It wasn't dog shit, which is what
better than expected. I would say better than expected.
Be gracious. Be gracious, Richard. Come on. The man apologized.
I'm pouring my soul out to you guys, and if you can't respect this, I have no place to do this anymore. So, yeah. But no, thank you very much for appreciating.
And said your orzo was amazing.
I appreciate. I thank you very much. It was a delicious orzo, really nice. Some Parmesan cheese in there, some lemon juice. It's a great recipe.
I like it.
I'll forgive you, but only because of the pasta selection. Because I respect the pasta selection. Frankly,
thank you. Orzo is fantastic.
I usually make it with like peas and ricotta cheese and like a little bit of Parmesan. It's so good.
There's some frozen peas in this. You cook the shrimp a little bit, then you flip it. It's
just gonna wash it.
All right, I'm in.
Well, Sean, thank you for that apology. It's so good to see you back on this Wednesday.
Thanks for having me back. I missed
Wednesday
you guys
hasn't been the same without you, man.
We missed you, Sean.
It's not been the same.
I like.
Did you have some other schmucks? Well, you gotta look. You gotta do some talent scouting every once in a while. You make sure.
The best schmucks, top tier schmucks.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
there were some good schmucks.
I missed everybody.
Which is definitely your biggest competition.
Skip it.
I missed everybody. I was traveling, and it wasn't the same week without looking forward to Kruse Control. So excited to be back, and can't wait to dig into what you got for us, Brian.
Oh, so happy to see you.
Yeah, Pep's happy to see you too, man. We're happy you're back. I mean, you were gone. A lot of stuff happened. And the train doesn't stop, Sean, because there's always some breaking news. All right, the very first thing I want to dive right into is... Well, I'm going to move something for a second because I forgot about something for like 1 second, but here we go. I had to talk about Norman Lear for a second because Norman Lear passed away, and it's one of those things, 101 years old. I mean, he's been in the business for 70 years. I mean, look at the projects he made. Maude, Sanford and Son, Good Times, One Day at a Time, and of course, The Jeffersons. And he, of course, was a producer, director, writer. For a long time, he was out there making just great cinema for the world, and it's very unfortunate that we lost one of the big ones out there. All the family too, Sabrina. There's a lot. There's a super lot out there, and it's like, for me, it's just sad to see a legend go away like that. It just is. And I think I messed my slides up a little bit when I started adding this in here, which is very unfortunate. But also, I think I'm haunted tonight, everybody. I put some stuff in here and I lost it, but
sure was.
It just sucks that we lost him because honestly, he has been like just kicking ass for years in Hollywood, and I know a lot of people respect him and for everything he gave back to the industry. And I think that if he would have seen what happened with SAG recently, he'd be pretty upset because. Well, maybe be happy because of the strikes actually ending and getting a deal, and we're going back to work because. Officially, last night, or I should say, last night, it went through. At 5 p.m., they finally announced it later on. The SAG strike is officially done. Now, you may say to yourself, well, I thought it was done already. But it is officially done now because before it wasn't actually done, we had to ratify that contract, and the contract finally was ratified. It was a 76% vote, where 76% of the members said yes, they wanted this. And of course, 15% of the union actually only voted. Again, only 38% of the union voted of 160,000 people. And 76% said yes. In 2020, 74% said yes to the contract. So very much on the same par of that contract, but still a lot more people came out for this contract, and the strike is officially done. So if anybody says anything, it is done now. We're all going back to work. People are probably hesitant for a while, but it is done. And the first thing that I want to say, because this is done, I told you so, because A24 just is putting all their movies over to HBO Max now. So they signed a deal with Warner Brothers, and we had this whole interim agreement where they were like, oh, well, it's independent. It's going to be fine. It's interim agreement. We're helping the independent industry. But as soon as the strike ended, the next day, A24 signed a deal with Warner Brothers. And now every A24 production, and a lot of them shot during the strike because they weren't going to go to the big studios, are going to Warner Brothers. So they have a direct deal that every movie that's done, we're talking about Dream Scenario now that's out in theaters with Nicolas Cage. We're talking about The Iron Claw, Priscilla, with The Hand That Talks or Talk to Me, all those will be going right to Max. So every A24 production. So it kind of sucks because we were told that we're helping the independent industry, but honestly, you're helping the big man like Warner Brothers. And because now the strike is done, though, we can talk about Barbie again, everybody, because Barbie is back in the news again, and it's going to Max. So continuing going to Max stories, it'll be on Max on December 15th. You can actually stream it finally if you haven't seen Barbie. Apparently, a lot of people did see it again because $1.4 billion, and Barbie is going to be on Max. And the Ken spinoff, it's coming. We know it's coming. Greta Gerwig was talking about it, and she's like, the truth is, I guess we'll see. And then she said, we had too much material for Ken. We would write and write and write. We keep writing because there's so much talk about Ken. And they're like, well, we get a new movie. She's like, again, we'll see. But if you ask me, there's been a rumor for a long time a Ken spinoff is coming. So honestly, that is going to happen. But 100%, a sequel that is coming is the Squid Game, The Challenge, because we're getting a second season. It's been topping the charts over there at Netflix. #1 Netflix show for weeks now. People are going nuts. The final just aired tonight. Right now it's airing, actually. So the final of Squid Game, The Challenge, is airing. We're going to find out who gets that money, and we're going to find out they're actually casting for season 2 right now for all the reality contestants to see who is going to be doing the next season because it did so well. They're doing more. And of course, So You Think You Can Dance is doing well too. Another reality show. They got picked up again. They got renewed too for season 18 over at Fox. And for me, it's like 18 seasons is crazy. But people think they can dance. And if they think they can dance, they might as well have a reality show, right? Put them on TV, let them dance their hearts away.
No.
But it's going to return on March 14th.
Dance, Brian.
I think you're going to be on the show then, Mike. I think Mike,
you got to try out for the show, Mike. You got to get on there.
I want to see you dance, Mike. March 4th, the next season's coming, Mike. You better get out there and start dancing because you never know when you might not be able to dance. And Jamie Foxx couldn't walk or dance for a long time, but now he's back to normal. So he came out and talked about this, Mike, and everybody out there. And it's great that we hear this because apparently, there was all these rumors about what was happening with Jamie Foxx, how upset he was about how he couldn't talk about it. He's being very personal about it, and he was holding it back. Well, apparently it was so bad at one point where he could see the light, he said he saw the light, he saw the tunnel, but he didn't actually follow the light, and he found his way back home, and it was the scariest time in his life, and he couldn't walk for a long time. When the Squid Games and trivia challenge, when do we get? You'll get a trivia challenge eventually, probably. There's a lot of stuff happening with Squid Game, but Jamie Foxx, I feel bad that he went through all of this shit, and I hope that he is on the rebound and he won't have any issues. We have no idea still what happened, but we know that he couldn't walk, which is pretty fucking crazy. And I'm just happy he's come back. It's amazing that he has an opportunity to come and do this. And somebody else I never thought that would actually come back to a franchise with Ethan Hawke to the Black Phone, but he is coming back to the Black Phone. And we announced before that Blumhouse is doing a sequel to this. They want to do a sequel franchise, but Jason Blumhouse was actually saying, I don't think we're going to actually do like the same characters. It'll be like a spin-off type thing, different characters every time, but that is not true because Ethan Hawke, Jason Thames, Madeline McGraw, Emmy and Jeremy Davies, and Miguel Moro is coming back for Black Phone 2. They're all coming back. They're going to be Blumhouse putting this forward. Theatrical release June 27, 2025 has been set, and it made $68 million. So, of course, they want to keep this franchise going. And when something does that well, they want more, just like John Oliver over HBO. He's been doing so well, they signed him for 3 more seasons. So 3 more seasons you're going to get of John Oliver's show. And you know what? Good for him. Last week with John Oliver, can't stop, won't stop. He's funny as shit. I enjoy him. It's not for everybody, but for me, I think he's great. I understand why they would re-sign him for 3 more seasons. But somebody else you probably won't see much longer, I'm going to say right now, is Sean Puffy Combs, because, man, more people keep coming forward. P. Diddy himself, more allegations.
Whoopsie.
Now, apparently, the allegation came forward where a girl that was 17 years old back in 2003 was gang raped by him. And, this just came forward today. She came forward because all these women are coming forward. She's like, I'm going to tell my story Apparently, she was on a plane with P. Diddy and with his producer and one other man. And apparently they got her really drunk with alcohol and drugs, and they bent her over the sink in the bathroom on the airplane and had their way with her while she was passed out. It's a fucking lot. These are the allegations coming forward. And then Combs said enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I've been sitting here silently and watching people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations that have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. The killer did die in the Black Phone Queen, yes. So that Ethan Hawke died, so I don't know why he's coming back. But he's coming back somehow, probably a prequel. But P. Diddy himself, I can't imagine he will have a career after this. Again, he stepped down from his company. And then again, him and his music producer, it's not looking good for them at all. And this is the president of Bad Boy Entertainment. That is our person, Javier Pierre. So if this happened, I mean, he shouldn't have a career. But if it didn't, then he needs to fight for his reputation. Just like Jonathan Majors is fighting for his reputation right now in court. And of course, we're on with the day 3 in court. But of course, they had a couple days last week with the third day. We've had Jabari having her actual testimony coming forward. She's had 2 days testimony and more facts have come forward. Now, do people believe her or believe him? It's 2 different stories. It's a tale of 2 worlds, if you ask me. And who's right? That's the question. Who's right? We don't know. The facts will slowly roll out. It's not sure if Jonathan Majors will actually testify, but Jabari did come forward. And she played some tapes. She played a tape of Jonathan Majors yelling at her, saying, "I'm a great man. I need a great woman. I need someone like Michelle Obama or Coretta Scott King. You need to be like them," which is, people online are giving him some shit, being like, why are you comparing him or comparing her to them? And that's been a thing. But whatever, he wants someone great in his back pocket with him, his partner in crime, or his partner in life, I should say, not crime. And Megan Good.
His partner for 5 minutes. Like, what are you talking about?
And they were together for 2 years. For 2 years.
Oh, that's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And concerned with your life. That's 5 fucking minutes.
That's a long time. Ty says it happened. It probably did happen before Ty. I think it's something about Sean Combs. But this too, I'm not even sure what happened. But again, if you listen to her actual statement about the whole thing, she was saying how they were in love so early. And then very early on, he said, "I love you." And he was writing her poetry. Then all of a sudden, she went to a festival with a friend and she came home and he got mad that she did. And he threw like candles against the wall and she was dodging them. And then she went to go see a friend and he was screaming at her again. And she said she felt scared of him just existing in his world. And after a fight, he would claim that he would want to kill himself. And her old partner actually did commit suicide. So it was a way for her pulling her into that situation and making her feel belittled. But then it's a lot, Sean, and it's like, how do you handle that, And so, but people online, there's some haters saying that there is some shit that went down. Like she said again in the car, she's saying that they both agree about the text message. She was talking to some girl named Cleopatra and saying, "I wish I was kissing her right now." Cleopatra's probably Megan Good. Come on, let's be serious right now. They probably just put her name in there as Megan Good or as Cleopatra, but she wanted to go to the phone, grab the phone. She's saying he attacked her. He's saying she attacked him. Then there's video of him throwing her back in the car they played in court. There's also video of her chasing him for 5 blocks too. So like, what is that? We don't really know. We'll have to wait for more facts to come forward from that, because that's kind of interesting. And then she said she went out with these random strangers because they saw the whole thing go down. They said, "We want to, take you out and cheer you up." So that's why she went out. She came home. She took 2 sleeping pills, passed out, locked the door because she thought that she was scared he would attack her again. He barged in with the police, apparently, called 911. She woke up and all the cops were there. And then she said she was scared to say anything. That's why she didn't say right away that what happened. She saw the bruises. They saw the bruises and the blood, and they were trying to say, "Did he beat you up?" She wouldn't say anything, and eventually she said it. But she said she was scared because she didn't want to hurt his career. So, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff with this. We'll have to wait to see what's going on. A lot of facts, and it's good. We're getting some information because honestly, it's all allegations back and forth until we get a verdict. And I hope that the jury is able to make some. And they're supposed to be done next week. We'll have to wait and find out. But all these people may just end up on America's Most Wanted someday. Who knows? That's coming back to America's Most Wanted, everybody. Coming back for a second season, the reboot. And if you're excited about that, maybe somebody is. I'm not too excited about it. But hey, why not? It's a reboot from the 1988 version. We got a new one, so bring on some more. But people are very excited about Grand Theft Auto. And it's coming out. They got the trailer, Grand Theft Auto. I saw this. I had to talk about it for a second. 2025 release. It's been a decade since the last one. And the trailer came out. They actually leaked. And so Rockstar actually released the actual trailer. 32 million views. Pretty fucking crazy. A lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. But to me, like, whoo. Jonathan Majors thing. honestly, it's a lot. Puff Daddy a lot. I guess he's not that anymore. And this Rockstar Games is pretty great. Good for fans. It's been a long time. Anybody play those games, Grand Theft Auto?
No.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, it's honestly. What is really interesting to me is when they announced that Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out in 2025, they announced it only for consoles, which was a really big slap in the face, because the whole reason that Grand Theft Auto 5 has stayed relevant is because of the PC market. A lot of people have spun up Grand Theft Auto 5 servers to do role playing, actually, where they build characters and they interact.
Because the engine is really
city.
powerful, yeah.
Sean?
Exactly. Yeah, what?
I'm super excited that you're back, but that's not how hot takes work.
I'm giving him a second.
You're going to have to wait, and then he calls on you, and then you can say whatever you want to say about all the topics.
I forgot. I'm sorry. It's just been so long.
I put it out there.
Yeah. We missed you. We missed you immensely.
I'm just saying, it's 10 years is a long fucking time, and I think people are going excited. Getting really excited about it.
Oh my God.
12 years?
You've given us 4.5 seconds to tackle every topic.
You can combine some of them, Sean.
He extended it by like 74 tonight. He wants no one to be able to do it. It's ridiculous.
It's 4.61538. It's a lot.
You're doing math over there? Jesus.
In case this is your first time on Kruse Control, this is that time where we all have a minute on the clock in a segment we like to call. All right, it's time for some hot takes. And again, this is that time where you all have a minute on the clock. The bomb will blow up after a minute. And if you don't make it, of course, your time is up. And move on to the next guest. What's up, Mike?
Now it's going for me. Now I see the animation. I don't know if Sean's up there too.
No,
it might be some kind of lag in our thing.
Foundation yet. Don't worry about it.
We'll get there. We will get there. But it's time for hot takes again. We have a minute on the clock. We're going to all our guests. My favorite time, of course. We get to see. It's a nice game. We get to see people can actually hit every subject in a minute because it is a lot of subjects. So can we do it? Can we not do it? What? It's what?
It's a nice game, Brian.
It's a nice game. It's a nice game. Oops, Goldie says. Okay. Well, you know what? I've been doing this recently. It's kind of fun. Sabrina, who's going to go first tonight?
Sean, obviously.
Oh, shit.
Are we kidding? He was ready to jump in there for 48 minutes of Grand Theft Auto. He's ready.
All right, Sean. Take a few breaths, man. Take a few breaths. Okay. It's been a second. All right.
60 seconds of Grand Theft Auto wisdom.
I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock.
Well, if you were Cage, I could do some shit like that.
Sean, are you ready? You ready for your hot take?
Ready. Let's do it.
Love you, Cage.
Okay, here we go. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Congratulations back after can't wait to see you. And soon, A24 makes deal with Warner Brothers. Really sad, but as long as I get to see bodies, I don't give a fuck. Barbie on Max should have come sooner, but got to make that swag. Thank God a Ken spinoff is on the works. I think we could really enjoy more of Ryan Gosling as a just complete boof. Would love it. Squid Game: The Challenge, couldn't give a fuck. Although I do think it's funny that people sat still for 40 minutes thinking that they'd get money. Oh, fuck, I'm running out of time. So you think you could dance? My high school girlfriend loved this show. I never understood it, but it made good music, I guess. Jamie Foxx couldn't walk. Thank you again, Mike Tyson, for giving us that heads up. Black Phone 2, didn't see Black Phone 1. Last week at John Oliver, one of the nicest men I've ever met. I met him at a Detroit airport in 2014 Thanksgiving. Sean Combs' new rape allegations. No fucking surprise there. Jonathan Major trial update. Ari Kang. We're going to get Galactus soon. America's Most Wanted Renew.
Is that... What do you think, Sabrina? Did he make it? I think, you know what, Sean? I'm gonna say you made it.
Nuh-uh, he did not make it.
Sabrina's saying, I'm gonna say he made it. I'm gonna say you made it.
Getting the purple lights.
You didn't mention Squid Game.
Whoa!
I'm sorry. No.
Wow.
You did not make it.
Wow.
You got the confetti fucked up.
The lights and the confetti say different, Sabrina.
Yep.
Talk to the confetti, Sabrina.
Sabrina's saying no.
Talk to the confetti. Oh, motherfucker! He does that shit to me too all the time, Sean.
You don't ever get it either.
I had 2 seconds to say America's Most Wanted. Fine. I got through
I think you did
12.
pretty
I'm
good.
happy with it. Let's see what you got. Come on, do better than me.
All right, Sabrina.
Oh no, I will, but I'm not going next. Mike's going next. I'm in the middle of something.
Okay, all right, Mike's
Yeah,
going.
just wield that power so aggressively, Sabrina.
You're welcome.
Okay. I don't know.
right.
I don't know if the video, if the extra effects here are lining up correctly for me. So if I'm fucking that up, that's
They don't work well for us, but they work well for the fans. So the audience
Yeah,
out
there you
there,
go.
which
That's
is
all that
good.
matters.
oh, okay.
Yep. So
I mean, I would think.
Okay,
so.
I'm
Are you
ready,
ready?
But what I'm ready for, Brian, is to embarrass myself in front of
That's
front of
great.
Goldie, because I never like to do that, because he
I think
always
Goldie
seems so
left us.
wise and has great
Goldie, are you
stories.
still here?
But I
Goldie.
will head face first
He's not,
into
you're not going to hear
oblivion.
him. Like, come on.
yeah.
I want him to answer in the chat. Fuck
All right,
nut.
Mike, here we go.
Okay.
No time like the present. Hot takes, Mike. In 3,
Drunk
2,
on power, Sabrina.
1. Hot takes.
Sorry.
Okay, up top, the America's Most Wanted reboot is coming back. So listen up, all you criminals, alleged and otherwise. Quit it with the crimes against humanity, guys. Okay, you're hurting people and you're clogging up my entertainment news feed. Okay, guys, cut it out. Except for you, GTA 6, and your many crimes, you can stay. A24 movies coming to Max. So any other movies like The Lobster that are about people turning into mollusks or other sea-dwelling arthropods, I get to watch them now. I'm excited. It's my favorite genre. Barbie on Max. Can you believe it? That does not qualify as a joke. Greta Gerwig is going to rumor this Ken movie into existence, and she's not going to have to try too hard. Oh shit. SAG-AFTRA, those AMPTP guys are a bunch of sharks. Sea-dwelling critters is the theme.
Mike, it's okay. You tried.
Mike, holy
Fuck you, Brian. Keep your finger away from that button.
Shut up, Mike. Holy shit.
Mike. Bro, that just, dog, that wasn't it. That wasn't.
That's how he does it every
Come
time. He
on.
makes
There
like 3
there
good
were some
jokes,
really good
and then he
moments
like
there.
tries to go
There were
through the
some-
last few.
There were
I
some
thought-
really good
That's the
moments.
best. That's the best
Okay,
thing.
Mike
Good
is
is
doing-
incredibly generous.
Yeah, Mike is doing a quality over quantity, which I don't think
not the
that's
point,
the
but I
right
enjoy it.
attitude for hot takes. But yes, hey,
If I have the opportunity to make an undersea arthropod joke, I'm going to
You're gonna
make
go
it.
for
Okay, Sean?
that's fair.
The word
That's fair. Hey,
arthropod is enough for me,
respect.
personally.
Mike
So-
has artistic integrity. That's what I'm learning.
He does. He
He
does.
does.
Thank you.
That is
I mean,
Thank you.
okay.
It's an
Thank you,
art.
Sean.
I know. Yeah. no,
What you
sure.
got? What you got, Sabrina?
What do you think,
Yeah.
Mike? Can Sabrina do
I
this?
don't know. It's a lot.
It's a lot. All right, Sabrina.
I believe.
Here we go. You ready?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Rest in peace, Norman Lear. You revolutionized television, especially the sitcom. I really appreciate you and all of your work. SAG can go fuck itself. It's really stupid that everyone decided to ratify this shitty contract, and that mostly everyone in SAG didn't decide to vote except for 30%. So idiots. A24, thank you for also fleecing SAG members by pretending that you were independent, getting waivers to shoot, and now fucking us in the ass. So thank you for that, A24. I used to like you. Now you can fuck yourself. Barbie on Max, sure, great, whatever. I saw it in the movie theater. Ken spinoff, if you ask me, Richard Tracy, the hero of Barbie was definitely Michael Cera, who played Alan. Squid Game Challenge, stupid. I don't know why the fuck they're renewing it. It costs so much money to make. It's a of money to piss away now that they fucked us in SAG. Black Phone, I thought he died. I don't know how they're making a second one. That sounds stupid. Jamie Foxx, I'm so glad that you're okay. I'm walking again. Sounds amazing. Hope that you're out there again soon. So you think you can dance? Your high school girlfriend, Sean? Jesus Christ, that's fucking insane. Sean Combs and Jonathan Majors, I think you're both in a lot of fucking trouble. And I used to really, really enjoy America's Most Wanted. John Oliver, my favorite late night talk show host. So thank you for
GTA.
You missed it.
I added GTA.
You fucked up.
What is GTA?
I did add GTA tonight.
Give me
You were-
the sad trombone,
GTA?
Brian.
Give
me the
Give it to me, you bastard.
What is GTA?
Grand Theft Auto.
What is GTA?
Grand Theft Auto.
It wasn't in
that?
the
Oh, the
email,
game.
but,
Oh,
but
wasn't
he
in
added
the
it,
email.
so it
20
counts.
Sean had a 28-minute topic. We covered GTA.
It's still for hot takes.
How long have we been
covered it.
live? We've barely been live for 28 minutes. What the fuck are
Well,
you talking
you
about?
really waxed poetic about some classic car shit and like the reason why people like 5, they wait 12 years for 6. I retained all of that information. I thought that we covered that.
Okay, am I crazy in remembering the Jamie Foxx thing being broken by Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson
Yep,
said that he had
yep.
a stroke, but like no one knew that he couldn't walk or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. No
I
one
mean,
knew that, but that came out.
The only other reason I know you to be unable to walk, because I saw it with my grandfather, rest in peace, Opa. He had a stroke and he couldn't walk for a little bit. So sounds like it could have been a stroke.
Sounds like a
legit.
stroke.
Sounds
I mean,
like
I'm not
breaking
saying it
news
wasn't.
story.
I'm just saying that
My
he hasn't
brother,
come out
my
and
brother.
confirmed anything.
Yeah. It sounds like a stroke, but he hasn't confirmed that. You're right, Spring. He hasn't confirmed that. But honestly, it sounds like you went through a lot of shit.
I got one, Brian. I got one that I got to get in there. It's so
Get in
bad.
there.
So please
Get in there,
forgive
Mike.
me.
Come on.
Let's see. Game shows renewed. Squid Games 2. Electric Eel Boogaloo.
Mike.
Thank you, Sean. That's exactly what I was looking
All
for.
right. Good night,
Thank
everybody.
Anyways, with
Sorry,
that,
guys.
everybody,
That was
No,
fun.
I'm definitely
That
not
was
a Grand
fun.
Theft Auto fan.
Thanks for
Yeah,
being
but-
on Kruse Control.
we have
See
a lot
everybody.
to talk about tonight,
Great
everybody. We got a lot to talk
Sean's
about.
celebration fucking confetti, and he missed 3 topics, and you fucking
I didn't miss 3
added
topics.
something that we talked about
Name
for
the
5
3.
minutes, and you
What
wad me with fucking glee. So
What 3?
fuck
What
you,
3 did I
dude.
miss? Hold on. What 3 did I miss, Sabrina?
America's Most Wanted.
I peer pressured him.
Nope.
I peer pressured him. It's my fault.
He said that.
No, you didn't.
I swear he said
I
that.
said it at the end. I ended on that.
Norman Lear. You forgot Norman Lear.
Technically wasn't part of breaking news.
It absolutely was. It was the first thing that he talked about.
Not
So
on the
if that's
show
not part of
breakdown
breaking
email.
news, then neither
Not
was
the
Grand
show
Theft
breakdown
Auto.
email.
If GTA was, then Norman Lear was too.
Thank you, Mike.
It's kind of a tit for
Boom!
tat. Quid
All right,
quid
Sabrina.
pro quo.
Let me give you some confetti.
Thank you. You know what? I don't need your confetti. I can make my own fucking fireworks, motherfucker.
There you go.
Oh, look, Sean's so upset. Put Sean on the screen right now. Look at him.
I can't.
He's so sad.
I can't during the special
Oh, you
effects.
can't.
We're
You have
stuck
to
here.
watch my reaction to the amazingness.
We're stuck here for a
hold
That
second.
was,
Hold
that
on
was
to
pretty
the
confetti. I don't want it.
We're stuck here for a second, but yeah, I mean the hot takes were tough
Hi,
tonight.
Kevin. Great moment to tune in that you picked.
Yeah, Kevin.
Kevin.
Coming in for the hot
thanks,
arguments.
Thanks for being here, Kevin. But yeah, Sean's face. Everybody, it's a lot of hot takes. It's probably too much. You know, we're trying out. So you know,
We're
I'll do less
excited. We're
next
excited that
time.
we're
It's
excited we
exciting.
got Sean tonight.
Sean's
It's
back. It's I know
We've been talking a lot. We have so much to
We're
talk
on
about
fire.
tonight. We've a lot of big topics to get into because now it's time to get into it. All right, the very first conversation we're going to have today is about the Foundation because the Foundation got picked up for a season 3. Now, if you haven't watched this yet, this is on Apple TV Plus. Lee Pace is fucking great as the Emperor in this, honestly. And you have Jared Harris too, who was awesome. I mean, he's so good in this too. I think he was meant to play it. I think they were both meant to play these parts. Now, if you haven't seen it, it chronicles the epic saga of the Foundation, a band of exiles who discovered that the only way to save the Galactic Empire from destruction is to destroy it. Now, the series hails from a showrunner and executive producer David S. Goyer, of course, who's done a lot of fucking projects. You go back to the Man of Steel, worked with Zack Snyder. He's worked with Christopher Nolan for a long time. A very big screenwriter, but also creator. Of course, helped on Westworld. A lot of big projects. Been doing this. Apple TV Plus created this project, and honestly, this has been based off a book series I've been trying to make for years and years and years. But the production value has to be so huge, and I spent so much money to make it look good. They couldn't afford it, so they eventually afforded it by Apple TV Plus. They did a great job with this. I mean, honestly, if you haven't seen it, check it out. I mean, 3 seasons. I'm excited because the way the last season ended. Now, if you haven't all seen, like, spoiler alert, but the last season ended, it was like really leading up to like a big thing coming in season 3. And I really want to see those characters come forward. They talk about a character called the Mule a lot, and I want to see what they do with the Mule in season 3. And this really made me excited because Lee Pace, again, I love him. I always think of him as the pie maker. If you haven't seen Pushing Daisies, the pie maker. I think he did a great job doing that back in the day. And he did the comedic role. He's been in the Marvel movies, guys. Of course, if you've seen, Ronan and Guardians of the Galaxy, he kicked ass doing that. He's a great villain, and he just kills it in this. And of course, you have Brother Day, Dawn, and Dusk. So you have 3 versions of the character played by different actors. It's awesome. This is based on the Foundation trilogy. Yes, it is. So if you've read those books, this is it's tough. It's tough to follow sometimes because you have to really pay attention. But if you pay attention, it's worth the watch. It is. I'm gonna go to Mike first on this. I know Mike has seen this.
Please.
Mike, what do you think about the Foundation coming back for a season 3? Are you stoked about it? Are you excited? Do you think it makes sense? I don't know if you saw the ending, but do you think they need another season to wrap more up?
I did, Brian. We were talking about this
So you
show
did finish
earlier
it.
today, were we not?
Yeah, we were, but
I hit the last two episodes, the most two recent episodes of the series, just moments ago in my own home, and they
Nice.
were freaking great. Empire hit Order 66 on the Foundation and just freaking did something. I'm not gonna give you guys any spoilers because it's good shit. Like it's so crazy watching this series, like because obviously Isaac Asimov was drawing on existing pulp tropes, but he was also trying to create a a story of a more kind of scientific savior story, I guess. Like, and he was
Pseudo-
pulling in a lot of
Psychohistory.
what's that?
Psychohistory.
Psychohistory. Exactly. He had this deterministic viewpoint that he wanted to think of what does prophecy look like from the realm of someone who has supposedly figured it out scientifically. Obviously, it's a sci-fi fantasy, but he definitely was bringing in some legit existing academic concepts and scientific concepts, mathematical concepts I'm less familiar with, but it seems legit. I really freaking enjoyed it. And so I'm very, very happy. It would be crazy if they cut it off at season 2. Would it not? Like it's such a seminal trilogy within the sci-fi canon. Like it's affected the stories that have come out of every sci-fi author that's written since him. I mean, Asimov there's no more seminal sci-fi authors. So it's great, and it's really cool. Like you say, it's a story that couldn't be really adapted until now to have any justice done to it. Like they could have done it in the 80s, but it would have just been like matte paintings and goofy. It would have been like the first Dune adaptation.
I was waiting for you to say Dune. Come on.
I just started a poll too, everybody. Tell us what you think. Yes or no if you want to see another season. I just started a poll, so
yeah. Let us know. Like that Dune adaptation was enjoyable as it was, but it's not. It has no bearing on the kind of like they're actually able to do justice to those like really big galactic scale stories, same as we see in the Marvel universe now, like these big ideas, because they can paint whatever they want for us on the screen, like and they're doing it and it looks great. So it's awesome.
Looks fantastic.
That it looks really freaking good. These space battles look terrific.
It makes me very excited. Now, speaking of Dune, Mr. Sutherland, have you seen the Foundation? Have you watched it? Because it does kind of fall into this intergalactic battle. And I don't know if there's any what's the spraying of dust, or what they call it all the time. And you're like,
dark materials. Spice.
There's no spice.
There's dark materials that with dust.
But we don't mean spice. But it's a little spicy. So do you think this is a good series? Does it deserve a third season?
Well, as I've gone on the record here plenty of times before, Dune is the best desert-based sci-fi. Frank Herbert name goes right up there next to Isaac Asimov, above Isaac Asimov, whatever you want to do. I'm not here to fight that. I haven't watched any of this because I am not an Apple TV Plus aficionado. I was very.
It's where the sci-fi is at is the thing. That's the whole reason that I got on board, because Lynn's a big sci-fi fan.
I'm a huge sci-fi fan. This is definitely an area that is just unexplored by me. I'm excited to look into it. I made the commitment to not get so many streaming services in 2024. So I might just wait until this ends, and then maybe I get a free trial when they bring back the iPod. And because I know Tim Cook is thinking. Tim Cook is thinking, man, what do I do for Q4 2024? Bring back the iPod. Then I get a free trial of Apple TV Plus, and I binge the fuck out of Foundation and yada yada yada. I am in the midst, because you didn't ask. I am in the midst of rereading the entire Walking Dead comic book series.
Oh, nice.
I appreciate the fact that we do live in a time where sci-fi, the genre itself, is given such importance and credence and taken very seriously. And these are beloved franchises. They are beloved IP-ness for a lot of people in generation. Thank you,
Beloved
Sabrina. I
IP-ness.
know that you wanted to talk. I know that you wanted to talk about this, Sabrina.
Yeah, she did.
I'm like, why did you put me on the screen? I don't know
No,
what the fuck I'm
eye
doing. I should be Kate Jacob and just
Eye
start doing this
contact. I
stuff.
love it.
But no,
Like,
like
I'm not really sure
I
what
do. I
happened.
love the fact that that technology is at a point where we can get closer to the things that we have kept in our head or had in our head and used in our imagination for generations, to give that glimpse into visions of other universes and other kind of stories. I think it's wonderful. So I applaud any time I hear things like this go. Quick shout out for Scavenger's Reign on HBO. If you haven't watched that yet,
I haven't seen that.
oh my god, very very well done animation, adult animation about a series of survivors from a crashed spaceship, and they interact and are changed by an alien planet. But it was such a
That's
really
cool.
enjoyable watch. It's all up on HBO Max. I doubt it's going to come back for a season 2, but it was just such an interesting. Again, like when like streaming services like Apple TV or even HBO, when they go outside of what's expected and they kind of allow different stories and different kind of styles to be explored, that's where you're getting people to be inspired. I mean, this is how people are going to talk about they've seen this show, or they grew up with the Foundation trilogy and it inspired them to do whatever they're doing, right? Like, I think that's cool, and I think that there's more opportunity now to be inspired and to find inspiration, because people are giving it a shot and they want good content that's different than what their parents grew up with. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that it is like a dynamic thing, and it's a dynamic series overall. And I haven't heard about their show on Max. I'll have to check that out too, because I love a good sci-fi series. And for this,
it's
Sean,
beautiful. Yeah,
Max streaming service needs a big TV show besides House of Dragon next year. You're right, it does, Kevin
it's
Davis.
true. It's not looking like a strong lineup for next year's
No.
2024 for Max. Absolutely
That's
not.
all they have this summer.
Well, I think that we mentioned it earlier during the hot takes or breaking news and stuff. Like A24, I feel like Max has kind of said, hey, we kind of are painted ourselves in our corner here. We need to make a move. And like A24 is going to fulfill some of that. I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of what they're betting on.
I think they hope that.
Yeah,
I think
it was not looking strong. And usually this is the time of year where services like HBO are putting out their teaser trailers, right? Like, coming soon to HBO, or join HBO in 2024. And here's the new season of Barry, and here's the new season of Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's like, where the fuck is that? We haven't gotten any of that. Exactly. You're exactly right. Yeah.
And that's why they're rushing some productions, and that's what we're trying to like Marvel's rushing like the Deadpool series. They're trying to get that done really early so they can get that out there. Everyone's trying to do that right now. They're trying to scramble to make the summer because nothing's lined up for the summer. But this is a big show for Apple, and Max needs more. Sabrina, I know you haven't really watched all this. Are you excited though to hear this show? I mean, you like Lee Pace. I know you've watched some of it. Are you excited to see a season 3 come? Do you think that this show deserves it? What do you think about this?
I haven't watched any of it. I've seen it in passing, and every time I walk by, I'm confused. So no, I'm not saying don't watch it. It's just I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Who the fuck is this bitch? Like, it's always like some weird shit's happening. It's just not. I love Lee Pace. Love him. He's great, amazing, wonderful. I loved him as the pie maker for sure. Well, that was one of my favorite shows that got canceled, by the way. I would prefer another season of Pushing Daisies, by the way. If anyone's listening, nobody cares.
Not gonna happen.
They canceled it because it was too expensive to make.
Do it.
But Netflix is making a show that they give away $4 million and have 100 and something fucking contestants, 405 contestants.
That's not all their money. That's not all their money. That's sponsorship.
Whatever, it's money. It's money.
All right. Okay.
It's money.
That's Mr. Beast. That's all Mr. Beast's money.
This is
That
Mr.
show
Beast.
was original and awesome and weird and fun and quirky, and I loved it. And they fucking got rid of it. That's a cast of people. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't watch the show. I don't hate on it. I think there's good actors. I think Richard Tracy said that in the comments earlier.
Great cast.
I feel like I I can't really say anything other than that I enjoy Lee Pace and that I've walked by and been confused several times. Those are the two bits of information I have for you about the foundation. And Apple has all the money in the world because they give you a phone and then like 2 years later your phone doesn't work anymore because you can't afford to update the software because there's not enough room on the phone or like
That's
some other dumb
Apple.
shit. So you have to get a new phone and then you have to get a new charger.
Android is available.
It's available,
like,
Mike says.
This whole thing. So they're super rich. They don't need a lot of subscribers.
Gotta love it.
Someone said that they don't have a lot of subscribers and they make quality content. They don't need subscribers because they are fucking us 8 ways to Sunday in every other direction.
And they're raising their price. Everybody's raising their prices. You know, like I saw a comment out there.
You have a brand new fucking iMac, whatever Air piece of shit, fucking that doesn't even charge. You can't even take it off the charger. It's like 2 years old.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah. So what do you do?
Thank
what
you,
do with
Apple.
that?
That's why it's a closed garden system. Like they want to be able to compel you to pay more money.
Falls,
that's how it works.
Apple's the lesser of two evils, in my opinion.
That's the question, right?
This is good. This is good news, I think, for this whole show because I think this show deserves one more season. And if it ends after season 3, I'd be fine. I mean, but I think it needs one more season. I think 3 books, 3 seasons. Let's do that. I would be fine if they go for 5, but I think that we at least need one more because where they're leading up for the next season with the mule, I think we need to see that because again, Harry Seldon's whole path, if you watch the show, is about
the mule. I'm so tantalized. I just finished season 2. The freaking mule.
The mule.
But is there a chance it's just a regular donkey?
It could be. No, it's not. Definitely not a donkey.
I think it's Eeyore.
Okay. It's definitely not a donkey.
Eeyore. Oh my god!
Could be a
the mule is very vicious.
Crossover. We haven't really talked about that.
I have a question.
Good question, Queen.
I don't have a question. Queen has a question. But I don't really watch network TV or science fiction. Does anyone know if there's I know Quantum Leap was like rebooted. Did that do well?
Yeah, that's done really well. It's done really well.
Okay,
have you talked about that on the show?
We
yet?
have not.
Like this
Quantum Leap has done really well.
That's the shit I want to talk about.
We can talk about Quantum Leap next time. We'll have a whole conversation about that.
I don't know how relevant it is currently, but
join
sure.
the Patreon. We talk about
nothing. I love Quantum Leap.
Yes, we can talk about Quantum
Leap fan.
Sci-fi is very important. I love sci-fi too. That's why I love this show, and I think that we need more content, like Queen was saying, like this too. We need more sci-fi content. Every network needs to get involved and like find content that's original and cool and out there and futuristic, because that's where the world is going. Let's make that happen. We don't need reboots, remakes, redos, but it doesn't really matter because the studios are still going to do that. Just like David Ayer's fucking Suicide Squad is moving forward, and apparently
I love these transitions. I missed this.
Going down.
They're tight tonight.
The 2016 Ayer cut, people have been screaming for it, almost not as loud as the Snyder cut, but it's out there. People have been like, Ayer cut. And it's been out there for a long time. And David Ayer's been pushing for it. He talked to James Gunn about it when James Gunn took over. And now he came forward in an interview saying, hey guys, it's going to happen. First he said, well, I'm going to be hopeful. You know, there are a lot of people that are invested in certain narratives that don't want to see this, you know, find the light of day because, again, they're moving on from that whole era of DC to the new franchise, the new characters, the new Superman, the corn sweats of the world are coming now. They want to forget about those old days where DC was trying to be gritty, but it wasn't really connecting. But this, David Ayer swears to this day that cut of the movie was fantastic. And now I talked to Mike about this earlier. They had some screenings for it, and they were related to Batman vs Superman because it was too dark. But honestly, he keeps saying like they cut out all my Joker shit. That was fantastic. Jared Leto's performance makes more sense in that cut. And if you actually get down to it, they cut out all the movie to make it more PC. And he's like really upset about that. But he said there is interest. He said the narrative blows up once people see the movie. That's what he was saying. But it's coming. Something's going to happen. Something's going to be revealed. The truth always comes out. It always comes out. And he said, Hollywood, I tell people all the time, is like watching someone you loved get fucked by someone you hate.
Jesus Christ, with the raping tonight.
It's the raping night.
Calm down, David.
That's what David said about the whole project.
Rape. You can watch someone, you know, you can have that viewing
That's true. It
just thing without
with
consent being.
It doesn't sound palatable. I don't like it.
It doesn't sound good.
That's technically cucking, right?
Yep, cuckold.
There you go. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Getting it right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. It's a
to
lot.
Be fair,
Consent
though,
is
honestly,
the important
part.
It is someday. So why is we talking about puppies?
That's a segue, Sabrina.
One time I embrace your bullshit and you give me the fucking horn?
That's in general. That's about rape in general.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw
rape in general.
Ryan, I think you. Sorry, go ahead, Sabrina. Please talk about rape.
No. Oh, no. I would like to
Welcome
not, which is
back.
why I made 17 faces and made comments about everything you said. But you're right. It was cuckolding, correct? But I
Okay.
finally embraced hump day and you gave me the horn. I
Sabri-
always make fun of you for saying hump day.
It makes sense.
a
It makes
delay.
sense that it's humpy day. Sabrina, I know you're fired up, so tell us right now.
Am I?
Do you think that because again, we saw this when it came out in theaters, a little disappointed by it. And of course, you didn't really like Jared Leto's performance, right? So do you want to see the Ayer cut come out? Do you think this is good? Do you think this makes sense to make this happen after all this time? Is the revolution there as much as it was, or should the push and the drive as much as it was for the Snyder cut?
That's an oddly specific question. I'm gonna correct you. I did not like Jared Leto's performance. I did not like his performance offset and the things that he put his cast members through. I didn't hate what he did. He was barely there. So like, I don't know how I could even judge his performance. So there's that. Also, I feel like, Margot Robbie did a really good job. The thing is, I didn't like the villain. Who the fuck was that? She was like some whispering enchantress, fucking
Enchantress,
nonsense.
yeah.
Like it was
Yep,
so
yep.
stupid. That
Yep.
was my biggest problem with it. And I think that if they had done that better, it wouldn't have been such a steaming pile of shit. Am I excited for this? No, not at all. I do love Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, and if there's more Joker, there's probably more of her. I'd probably watch it on a night where I literally had nothing else to do, which is almost never. Or maybe like Sean when I'm making some orzo and shrimp. I don't know. I'm just saying, like
I will
I'm
share
not.
the recipe. You can.
I
have
need
it.
you to.
I
I'm
will.
actually I'm salivating over it
I'm
currently.
sending it to you right now.
Thank you. I will probably watch it. Am I dying for it? No. Do I think we need it? Absolutely not. But for just to see what the fuck you're talking about, I will at some point, whilst doing other things, maybe take a gander at it. I don't know, but I don't see this as the theme. And first of all, the Snyder Cut being 74 hours long was still more palatable than what that fucking Joss Whedon fucking twat did. So
Totally.
I don't.
Yeah.
I can't 100% be against this. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm gonna give it. Zach, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Phone
What movie you
movie.
watching your
It looks like a
phone?
movie you watch on the phone. Yeah, you kind of pay
well,
attention. Maybe put on subtitles. Have a conversation.
We got
with
a
your
poll
mom.
running right now for this too, and people are saying no. Like Queen was saying, no, they don't want to see an Ayer cut of this. They don't want it. Sean, do you want this? Do you feel like Sabrina, or do you feel like that this should just fucking happen? We need to have the cut come.
I don't want to see this cut come. I would not pay to watch.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean.
Sorry, you're welcome. This is the kind of shit I missed. God, thank you so much for this softball of welcome back. No, Brian, I think in the last
What a volley.
I think in the last segment when you said because of the strike, I think the studio again is rocking a hard place. This is easy. This is a toss-up. This is something that somebody's been making a lot of noise about. I hate this. I hate this for a couple reasons, and I like it for another reason. Number one, I completely believe in the fact that artists and directors and whatever should be able to tell the story that they intentionally wanted to tell without involvement or mess from whatever studio happens.
Yep.
I definitely wholeheartedly believe in that. What I hate is the reinforcement that enough whining will get you what you want. I've never been a fan of that. I was really upset and disappointed when they caved to Snyder's thing. Again, I think a lot of that also had to do with the fact that we were in a pandemic. There was no new shit really going on, and it was going to take longer to do anything new. So, hey, we've got 85% of what you wanted already. Spend $70 million more because we're not spending 300 or 400 million on a whole slew of new movies that we've moved to past the pandemic. So I honestly think this is just like, fuck it. Like, we took a look at it because of the strike. We didn't spend X amount of money that we were scheduled to spend anyway. David,
Oh shit.
I hope.
Oh, shit.
I hope not, Richard. I hope not. But I think honestly, like, they probably said, "Hey, David, how much do you need?" And if it came within a certain dollar amount that they could write off anyway, then they'll fucking do it.
I mean, it's just some editing, really.
It's just
Well,
it's
no,
It's just some editing.
I don't know, because I've watched a few. There's a really good YouTube channel called Bullets and Blockbusters that I highly recommend out there, and they do a really good job researching and telling the story of movies that were cut before their time or didn't get out. They did a beautiful expose on what Tim Burton's third Batman movie was going to be before it was taken away from him. But they did a whole video, I believe, on what David Ayer's original plan was for the movie, and because the
Oh,
dude,
really?
Yeah.
the dude,
He'd been
Subscribe.
screaming to the heavens.
all that information is out there. All those interviews he's done about what his original thing was, and how they fucked up my vision, and they won't let me tell the story I want to tell, and it was too much kind of shit. Norbit too, really? All right. But no, so
Zach,
again,
you're hilarious.
too long didn't listen. I love it for the fact that we get to see an artist do what he wants to do with it and see his true vision. I hate it because it reinforces the idea that you make enough noise and whine enough that you get your way eventually.
Squeaky
you go.
wheel gets the most oil.
That's how it goes. Hey, Pep Star, you want to see this?
Nah, that gives me agita.
All right.
I just did that.
Mike, what do you think? Do you agree with Sean here or Sabrina? Like, Sabrina seems a little bit more like, oh, we can kind of see that. Sean's like, definitely not. Mike, do you
No, I
feel?
said I'd watch it. I mean, no one wants it. I'll eventually watch it.
You'd like you agree with Zach? You'd watch on your phone at least. You know what I mean? Check it out. You're bored, you're doing some dishes, doing some food, doing something. You know, put it on the background. But Mike, do you want to watch this at all? Is there any kind of tickle in your innards that makes you want to watch this,
why?
or do you think that this should be pushed away to a shelf that never be looked at again?
Brian, you were running such an efficient show this evening, and then I heard Sean say, "Brian, thank you for your cut. Come," and I started crying. So if you can see that my eyes are like a little bit red.
I like you're using your middle fingers to point your
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Yeah, thanks, Mike. I
Is
appreciate
that on
that.
Those are the
purpose?
fingers that I use when I'm wiping tears out of my eyes.
Those
like-
are you say "fuck you" tears as you wipe them.
No,
I like that.
I'm saying I
It's a
haven't
good point,
been
Richard.
chiefing on the ganja. It was just a natural response to Sean's point. We've heard there's a couple of versions of Suicide Squad that exist out there, and that the studio went with neither of them. That they went with some sort of Frankenstein of the situation. If a version that the director is coming through with that is not influenced as much by the system of executives, great, I'm about it. Like Sabrina said, the Zack Snyder cut was preferable. So I'm about it. Let's go.
According to our poll right now, we got 67% saying no and 33% saying yes. So there are some people out there that do want to see Suicide Squad.
I think
Ayer
it's
cut here.
probably better. There was a cut that was darker, and then they did the reshoots, and then there was a cut that was lighter. Give me both of them, frankly. Give me either one of them, because
Maybe
what
they
we
do a
got was
DVD
sketchy.
ending.
The first 15 minutes of that movie were a roller coaster. Like, it was boom, 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 nonstop.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
True. Very
The
true.
rest of that
Ratings
movie
too.
was the
Super
trash.
into
So,
it.
like,
That was you're right.
so right? Do we agree on that at least? Like, so
I would agree on that.
Let me see.
I was completely on board with what Sabrina said about the villain too. I really hate. I do. It's a common trope in movies, especially of this action genre, where it's the good guy's fault that there even exists a bad guy, right? Like they are somehow involved in the creation of a problem that they solve, or they are the only ones that can solve. And it's like, okay, so just don't fucking do anything, right? Like it creates its own. It does.
Let's talk about imperialism in comic books.
Let's fucking do it, right? No, it creates its own like self-fulfilling prophecy where it's just like, okay, so none of this really matters, and everyone could have made a slightly different choice and slept in, and we wouldn't be in this situation. Fantastic, right?
So your choices are either Alan Moore or nihilism, right? Like,
no. But like when you compare what happened in Suicide Squad to a movie that I think did a really good reveal of the bad guy, was Doctor Strange 2: Multiverse of Madness, right? You could kind of tell something was going to happen from the advertising of the film, that Wanda was going to break bad in some way. We didn't really understand how or why or what she would really do. And that payoff really, I thought, worked in that movie. Enchantress really was just like, okay, she's here. We introduced her. She gets to fuck Joel Kinnaman, and then it's taken over by a spirit
so
and a
stupid.
and like CG monsters and all that shit. And yeah, like I don't know. I could like Jared Leto's Joker. I could give two shits about, honestly. Like,
I mean, he was in the movie for literally 2 scenes. Like, I don't even know. Like, I mean, I know everyone hated on him for that, but like, he was not even in the fucking movie.
He was saying they cut all the shit, though.
Well, do you remember though, like how much he was pushed in the marketing of the movie?
Oh yeah,
like he's Jared fucking Leto.
Well, yeah, but it's also the
Joker.
notoriety of the Joker, exactly. So like, of course 100%. They're going to lean on that. I'm not surprised that characters like fucking Slipknot and Katana got the short end of the stick. They have much more interesting backstories,
better
treated as like anything aside from red herring. Like it was like, what are we doing?
They're not names. That's the thing. They're not famous. Like the reason why, if it was the Joker and a no-name playing him, they wouldn't have fucking publicized it as much as they did. Period.
But you know what I mean? The reason Joker because of Jack.
They never do that with the Joker, right?
Yeah,
I think they expected the Joker to be like this big thing because they didn't have a Joker at that point that was in the DCU at that point, or EU, whatever they call it at that point. So they're looking for like a Joker. They had Jared Leto. Yeah. They thought, oh, this is a good thing. The script showed him being a big part of it, and then when they got the cut, it was too dark, and so they like, we can't do this, and they had to piggyback going back, and they had to cut it all out.
Too dark? Like what
That's
does
what
that
they
mean?
said. It was too.
It's a comic book. People are like getting murdered and killed and blasted and changing and all the things. Like that's what it's not. Comic books aren't light.
Apparently, he was too violent. There's like a scene they cut where he gets.
Teletubbies are light. Like I don't know what you're looking for.
Like
I don't get it.
Hold on.
Sequence.
So wait. Okay,
about dark Teletubbies.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So the
actually, in Happy there are dark Teletubbies. It's fucking crazy.
But they cut a whole sequence of him being like killing them or trying to fight them, and he gets blown like half away, and half his face is fucked up. So they cut all of that out, and they said it was too depressing, too evil, too gross,
too true to what comics are.
It's just sad because maybe the Joker could have been something different, and they could have moved forward. They did bring him back for the Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut. He appeared back there playing the same part, and I know people that love that character, his portrayal of it, but I know people that just absolutely hate it too. So I don't know. Torn audience.
Because Queen, he blew up his family.
Yeah.
He couldn't control it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Isn't that the story of any person who discovers their superpowers? We started watching Gen V, and this girl got a period and fucking killed her fucking family, for fuck's sake. It was disgusting. I never want to fucking see that again.
Love it.
Because it's fashionable now to do the thing where you murder your family. Like, it's not everybody.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. I think we'd rather joke around with their family, have a good time, not try to kill them. I think that's something that Deadpool would do, because Deadpool 3 leaks are out there, everybody. And Ryan Reynolds, of course, is back. We know that. We know Hugh Jackman's back. They're back on set. We talked about that. They've been shooting, and the leaks are out. And everyone's talking about. There was a leaker that actually first posted the first video.
A leaker?
I'll call him a little leaker. He's a little leaker. The little leaker put it out
Bloody
there.
Marie.
And all these different people on YouTube, I'm talking about like Screen Crush, and I'm talking about everything always. All these people out there, they were putting the videos out there, and they got strikes from YouTube because the person tried to be like copyright infringement. They ended up winning because, of course, it's all bullshit. But then Daily Mail got out there and posted the whole video, and all the things out there. The leaks are out there. So if you don't want to know about it, we're still going to tell you. So I guess you can step away or just stay. You stay with us and hang on, because Sabretooth is apparently back, and Deadpool apparently is fighting him along with Hugh Jackman cutting his head off. These videos show it. And Sabretooth from the very first X-Men movie. So we're talking about, actual Tyler Mane coming back from the first one.
Tyler Mane, baby!
Yep. Back as Sabretooth, which is awesome. I mean, if you love that character, he did a great job in the first one. It was fucking awesome. Ryan Reynolds actually put a statement out, though, because Ryan Reynolds saw all this leaks coming out there. He goes, guys, Surprises are part of the magic of theatrical movies. It's important for us to shoot the new Deadpool film in real natural environments using practical effects as opposed to making the movie indoors and on a green screen with special effects and practical effects. You'd rather do it on like actual in the world. Telephoto lenses continue to spoil the surprises and create a difficult situation for everyone. But part of the reason that people are really into these spoilers because they're excited. I realize these aren't real world issues and it's firmly in the good problems bucket. But I love making this movie because, again, these leaks are getting out there and people are going nuts about it. And we have a lot of screenshots and stuff like that out there. And I want to show it everybody, too. And we'll talk about it. But is this a bad thing that these are getting out there, though? Is it a problem for the movie? Will it hurt the movie? I know people are saying that the buzz is so big because only Marvel's movies coming out next summer because of the strikes. And so, like, people are getting fired up about, like, should we be leaking this? Are they mad about it? They have the Red Skull's cars in this, too, from Captain America 1. There's actual, like, stuff from Moon Knight in here, too. It's the cake truck, the cupcake truck, whatever is in here, too. There's, like, a Fantastic Four vehicle in this as well. And everyone's saying it's the Void. Baby. Yeah, it looks fucking cool, but they're saying it's the Void. Toad's riding in the Fantastic Four vehicle, and they're saying they're maybe in the Void, as people kind of think. But then again, there's maybe this different kind of world, battle world. Who fucking knows? Sean, this is your world. So, do you think this is the Void? And do you think this is bad? This is getting out there, or does this make you more excited for Deadpool 3 moving forward?
I actually would like to talk about a theory that I have about this. Ryan Reynolds knows that people are going to care a lot about the Easter eggs, the cameos, whatever. Ryan Reynolds is also someone that likes to play with our perception and our expectations of what the norm of these kind of movies are. It is my true hope that none of these leaks, none of these screenshots are actually going to be used in the movie. He's just playing a fucking big punk on us. And
a lot of money.
Well, fuck it. He owns
that'll be very Deadpool, wouldn't it?
It'd be very Deadpool. Just saying. But like he owns a soccer team, so this guy's got fuck you money, and
it's true.
Honestly, like I think I mentioned
and a mobile phone situation and a fucking gin company and anything else you can imagine.
I honestly like whatever we get in Deadpool 3, we're getting a Deadpool 3. It's going to be seen. The first two movies delivered in spades. If any of this is true, if any of like the leaks or the theories or whatever come out, I'm happy. It's great. I don't think I'll be spoiled because there's no fucking way we can know everything. You can do a lot in the editing booth and post-production and all that kind of stuff. But it is my hope that he is just fucking with all of us because there's just so much speculation and thoughts and rumors of who's on the set. Oh, I saw James McAvoy playing pool with Sir Patrick, Patrick Stewart, and there must be two Professor X's and all this shit. And we already know Michael Fassbender. He's like, I fucking am done with Magneto. Don't ask me to do that shit. So yeah, I don't know. Bottom line is
everyone has their price.
Yeah, like I think people are gonna fucking see it. Regardless of any of this getting out, regardless of anything being spoiled, just because the first two did well, people like Ryan Reynolds, people like the character of Deadpool, they especially love a Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Why the fuck wouldn't we watch this? So
yeah, that's the thing. It's like it only creates more buzz, though, Sean. If this was all something that he just put out there just to. Just for publicity, that would be fucking crazy because it's a lot of. You see the whole crew here.
I know it's a ton of people, and I'm now rethinking my entire theory. Could be wrong.
And if you watch it, we're not playing the sound for. You can actually hear dialogue, and they show Sabretooth getting his head cut off. There's like some crazy stuff.
Shitty that someone fucking did this.
It's pretty shitty, but like then again, here we are reporting on it, and even Ryan Reynolds was like, please do not report upon it. Here we are. Sorry, Ryan, friend of the show.
Rude? Are you really? You're being rude to my boyfriend? That's not cool.
But it's just a lot because honestly, it's a lot of cool stuff like the vehicles, and again, they could just be like people are like, well, maybe Red Skull's connected to this. Maybe they have Moon Knight. It could just be that all these props are in London where they're shooting, and they're like, what do we have in the fucking bank right here from previous movies? Let's just throw it out there just because they're Easter eggs, and they might have nothing to do with anything moving forward. It's just like whatever this world is. Like,
Yeah.
it's interesting. You can show. I do not think Red Skull will be in this movie. I do not think the Fantastic Four will be in this movie. You know, maybe you'll have some cameos. Maybe you'll try to figure out Chris Evans be Human Torch. But I think this is just like buzz. It's just buzz.
I agree, and I don't think that Sony's. It's funny. So there's a
should be
book
great.
that came out recently called Rise of the MCU. It's a really good telling of Kevin Feige's, kind of manipulations and organization and everything that he did to kind of get to where the MCU is now. In the fact that things didn't work out in a few things, and the pandemic and all that shit. But the parts that I really enjoyed about it dealt with the Sony deal and how they had to use those characters. And they couldn't use, certain things, but then they came to an agreement about Spider-Man, and then that kind of ended with the last Spider-Man movie where everyone forgets about him because Marvel movies can no longer use the Tom Holland Spider-Man, so it's really interesting. But I can't imagine with how much Kevin Feige has shown of his hand with the future Avengers movies being the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, knowing that Battle World, is a huge part of Secret Wars. I can't imagine that he would be cool with Deadpool 3 spoiling that for 6-7 years in the before Marvel's ready to do it. Again, I think a lot of this is just Ryan Reynolds getting to kind of play in the sandbox, what's available at the time, what's a cool little thing, fan service. And I don't know if we'll get a Deadpool 4, probably not. But again, he's delivered 2 great movies with an interesting character that is probably overhyped at this point, but I'm excited for it. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, at the end of the day, I'm still gonna fucking see it. Thank you, Peppy.
Yeah. I'm going to see too. I think the buzz is crazy for this. And I have people online getting skeptical because the buzz is so crazy. But Kevin Feige is not going to show his whole hand. And I love they're doing practical effects and getting out in the world. That's awesome. And it sucks that people are trying to spoil. But we all want to know what happens. We wonder what the next phase is going to bring. The major issues. There's a lot of issues out there. But Sabrina, you see this, and I know you love Ryan Reynolds, and he put this statement out there. Do you think this is the best way he could have handled this? And do you think the leaks are going to actually hurt the movie or help the movie?
I mean, I really don't think it's neither here nor there. Anyone who's going to go see that movie is not going to not see the movie because there was a leak. Like, honestly, like there's there's literally no fucking problem with any of that. So, in my opinion, like, I mean, I would see it regardless. It's just shitty, like, when you're, especially with something like this was like very close to like, or it was shooting when the strike happened. And like, they kind of had like this whole, like situation where they like exposed Wolverine, Hugh Jackman being in the yellow costume. And like, so they've already had like all these like little light leaks, which, maybe have been planned, maybe weren't. I don't know. No publicity is bad publicity. I just don't like to, Brian, you're such a dick. You're really fucking dick.
This is from Deadpool the game, everyone.
Just
making sure you know this. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the reference. There you go.
I know where I'm going
You're
next.
You're welcome.
So, I have a Funko Pop in exactly that position, just to be clear. It's not going to stop me from seeing the fucking movie. Unlike Sean, I don't think it's overhyped at all. I think it's amazing. And I think that all of these weird leaks and fucking crazy shit that people are saying gives more hype and more publicity and more curiosity, and is probably going to make more people go see it. Because everyone's like, what the fuck is going to happen? So like, it seems like it's a good marketing method if it's intentional, and if it's not intentional, then the fact that you have so many eyes on this production is a great fucking sign. Everyone knows Ryan Reynolds is my person. I love him very much. I think he's the fucking most funny, charismatic, and handsome actor on the planet that is currently working in motion picture society. So I will literally support and watch anything that he does ever. So I will absolutely be there 100% as soon as I possibly can. And I am excited to see what they're doing this time around.
Sexy Pool, Queen says, yes.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I'm the Funko Pop of Sexy Pool.
Sabrina, I think you fall into a category as a lot of people. It doesn't even matter. Like, a lot of people don't even see the leaks. Some people do. If you're active on the YouTubes, if you're out there in the world, like you might see this on the interwebs. On Daily Mail is like who's been breaking this, which is interesting because they are again a UK mail company or internet company. They don't fuck around. They look for fucking the shit. I love what Richard Tracy said about he loves the yellow. Of course, you love the yellow, Richard Tracy. Of course you do.
Yeah,
We
who
all
doesn't?
do. We
That's
all
the
do.
jam.
We all do. But as you see here, they have the whole head beheading thing going out there too that was actually leaking. But then again, Sabretooth, he also has healing factors, so maybe he's not actually dead in this. And then who
You
knows? It
think?
might just be like a fun.
I
Wow.
don't
It could
care.
just be a fun thing. He
I'd
does
like to
have
see
healing
it.
factors. He does. Sean's giving me a look, but he does have healing factors.
So, in
Who's
the
the
comic
villain,
books,
though?
there's a very
Wolverine could do it.
Magneto.
in the comic books there was a very storied story. I'm sorry, there was a great storyline in the Wolverine comics where he finally killed Sabretooth because Sabretooth was essentially going crazy. He was being driven mad through his mutation, and he was just killing a lot of people. And Wolverine's like, "Fuck it, I got to put down this dog." And he sought out this
Oh my
this
God.
a special mythical sword. I am not making this up.
What?
And a mythical sword. And apparently that sword made it so
The
that
magic sword?
Wolverine couldn't, or sorry, Sabretooth couldn't regenerate, and he cut off his head. And that was the end of Sabretooth for about 10 years until they rebooted the franchise. So there you go.
Well, Queen, you asked for spoilers, and here you go.
Yep, the spoilers are getting in there, right, Peppy?
You're damn right.
This storyline was like 12 years old already. Like
Yeah.
I don't read comics. You just imparted knowledge upon me. I mean, maybe other people know. I don't know. That was fucking.
Holla.
That was,
I am
Oh,
brought
okay.
back for two reasons, and it's to tell you comic books so you don't need to read them, and have
Thank you.
really,
Yes.
really, really fucking great opinions. So there you go.
It's true. And we're happy to have you back, Sean.
well, you're
Appreciate
nailing
the
most
correct
of those
order.
things.
The knowledge there. Mr. Mike Casey hasn't had a chance to say much about this. So, Mike, you see the leaks. You see them all there.
Sorry, Mike.
You see these cuts, these
You
high
haven't been
cuts
here.
coming
You're
out.
thirsty. You're thirsty, Sean.
If you're thirsty for this, do you think that this is going to hurt it at all? How do you feel? Does this make you excited about Deadpool 3? I think that it's good that Ryan Reynolds actually put this statement out because he's getting on top of the whole conversation.
Yeah, well, everybody sit down, grab a cup of warmed apple cider.
Have you made some jokes,
maybe
Russ?
mullet.
Come
put some
on, man. What are you
spices
talking
in.
about?
Yeah, you know, I think that Ryan Reynolds. It's very sweet of
perfect.
him. It's very sweet of him to say that, like, oh, these are nice problems to have. But I also, I don't know if Sean was saying this. Like, he's also kind of trying to bait the marketing a little
Oh, hell
bit,
yeah.
like trying to do the Deadpool
Why wouldn't you?
thing. So, exactly. So the cupcake truck is funny. Like, if they're pulling out all of these visual existing, if they're digging into the archives of the physical set properties to bring them out just for people to speculate on like for people that have telephoto lenses that are viewing on it, awesome for them for expending the effort. No, it's gonna be there in the actual movie, just like the bright yellow and blue Wolverine suit that we all love from the series and the comic book. So that's
I think
how
it's going to
feel.
be. I think it's
Yeah.
all. I think it's. That's how I feel.
I'm excited. I'm excited about the bright
Thank you,
yellow
Mike.
spandex. That's what I'm really
Yeah,
I think
excited about. Thank you.
I think it's all going to be
I'm
there.
excited about Hugh Jackman in any spandex. Let's be clear.
Oh shit! Well,
Huge
what-
jacked man. Yes.
whether this is the Void, whatever, I think
It's
this
so
is.
nice.
I think it's good. I think it's good stuff. I think they're going to do
Believe it.
a great job. I'm really excited that they have the whole Marvel machine behind Deadpool 3. And again, I feel like they have a lot of material here to get into. As we talk about, like, Queen said, there's a lot of villains and stuff, and there's a lot of X-Men
So
stuff.
many
They're
unexplored characters.
introducing the X-Men, though, Sabrina, again. So this is their way of,
What-
like, making it happen.
What? 1 second, Brian. So
Right
you
on,
keep
Queen.
saying I haven't seen the information about the Void. Are we
Yes.
referring to the villain, the Void, or the Void as the place? This is
The
very
Void is a
important.
place. The Void is a place. That's what people keep saying. That's what the speculation online is. If you've seen Loki at all, there's a void where everything
Yeah.
falls into.
Okay,
And
that
so
Void.
the
All right.
Yeah, the idea is this would be like the
that
Void.
void.
But
Hold on,
the
let me
idea,
get my void straight. Hold on.
There's
But overall,
multiple
though-
voids in comics, Sabrina.
Clearly.
Just
Clearly
trying to clear
there
it
is.
up.
that
Clearly
void
there
though,
is.
The
that
sword
void though was like
called
very
the
dark and dreary.
Muramasa
This is
blade.
Sandy.
Who?
So there
The
you
one
go.
Huda?
The
Huh?
sword is called the Muramasa blade. In case you guys
Muramasa.
have trivia
Yeah.
coming
I couldn't-
anytime soon.
Couldn't
The
have done
Muramasa
anything
blade.
without that information.
Miramosa.
Muramasa.
Where is tennis ball? Where is his
What?
tennis ball walker? Damn, Zach. Shots fired at Hugh Jackman.
Listen, Zach, I love
It's
you.
not-
You're one of my favorite people. Hugh Jackman is fucking super
Okay, that was a
badass
good
and
one.
one
That
of the
was a good
nicest
one,
people
Zach.
that I've ever met in my life.
Yo, Zach,
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. A little off the hinges. If you
This
know what I
isn't
mean.
the look.
I'll
This
feel
isn't Wolverine
differently
from
about
Logan.
5 years from now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the idea.
But-
Oh, Richard, that
Hugh
was the other thing
Jackman's
too.
lovely.
I'm glad you did mention the Void, because one of the leaks that I saw did show or seemed to show a guy in the garb of a TVA agent.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
if that is true, then yes, there could be that. But who knows? Again, they could be fucking with us.
And Richard Tracy, there's the rumor out there, it's not confirmed yet, that the TVA is working with Deadpool, or maybe they're chasing after him, and they're supposed to be wrapped up in here somehow. So like Loki tie-in might happen. There's also the rumor that it's going to be like, they're going to be pulling people from all different universes, the battle world, and so like that's how they're going to get Hugh Jackman to be the Wolverine. And there's even like the rumor that Daphne's going to come in, or X-20, what's it, Daphne King? What's her name? Daphne.
From His Dark
From
Materials.
Logan.
From
From
The little
Logan.
girl from Logan. She's gonna be the new
Right,
Wolverine.
Yeah, that she'll
I think
take
her
Yeah, I
name
heard
last name
that
is
as well.
King.
King. That she'll take over, but
Daphne
there's a lot
King.
of Marvel stuff. We'll keep you posted as it continues, of course, because it's crazy what's happening with Deadpool 3. I'm guessing there'll be a lot more of these
Stupid.
videos coming out because, again, we're back to shooting, the strike's done, a lot of stuff's happening, and actors are back to work, and they're all doing press and interviews and having a great time because now we're back to Hollywood as it used to be, back to 2019 almost, it feels like, because actors gotta talk, actors gotta walk,
segue
we gotta get
going?
back to work. But somebody that might not be going back to work for very much longer, well, I think he will be, but this is all bullshit if you ask me, is Nicolas Cage, because he's saying he's only got 3 or 4 movies left. And that leads me to our featured story of the night.
I'm sorry I spilled your segue.
It's okay. They can hear you. It's fine. It's fine.
Say, Brian,
I
you
want-
are just.
I could
You
smell
are
it though.
on-
Like, you could feel
We
it
need-
coming. You could feel
Oh
it
my
coming.
god, I love it. I love
You
it.
can smell it.
I
You
didn't
can
say I
smell
love
it.
it. I
You
just
can
said
smell it.
you could smell
Go
it.
ahead,
Just like
Brian.
I feel that
Introduce the
sweet
segment.
musk of
Go
Nic
ahead.
Cage right now. I can
That's a
smell
great
it.
picture. You could smell that.
He's giving me that.
Jesus Christ
He's
Almighty.
giving everybody those Nic Cage eyes. But
For
Nic
fuck's
Cage,
sake.
Nick Cage is smoldering right now back
That's
in the
Magnum.
news. He's got that smolder cage going on. But Nick Cage was actually talking about how he thinks he only has 3 or 4 movies left in his tool belts right now. He said that honestly, he goes, unless something very special or a revisitation comes along from his favorite big fan on-screen roles, he's thinking like if a Face-Off sequel comes or maybe Ghost Rider, he said, emerges, he's gonna step away after 3 or 4. He says, I'm pretty much done with that. He goes, I've done everything I can for cinema. I feel like I've made my stamp. Over 100 movies. And he thinks it's time. But for what? Maybe for TV, he's saying. So here's the switch right now. He says he's been watching a lot of Breaking Bad with his kid, and they're saying how Bryan Cranston had so much time to delve into that character, how many hours to actually get intense and feel it
Only
and be
took him
involved.
15 years.
Only took him 15 years to go to
finally
TV.
get around to
45
watching,
years,
yeah.
Mike. 45 years, he said. 45 years, 100 movies. And he feels pretty fucking good about his cinema career, but he's like, maybe there's something in TV. And he hopes to end his cinema career on a high note. And he wishes, he said, that he could be done on Dream Scenario, because that just came out. It's getting rave reviews, but he says he still has some contractual obligations for other movies. And that's why he's saying maybe 3 or 4 more. But he's expressing interest in doing other things with his acting. Now, he did say TV, but he hasn't said 100% that he will. So he just says he's intrigued by that. But overall, his whole thing is, he's like, I think I've done great with cinema. I've had a great time doing it. I've had that suitcase, and I've taken it around the world, and I've traveled, and I've experienced it, and I think that I've given all I can for cinema, and now it's time to transition into whatever his next phase is in life. And maybe it will be TV, maybe it won't be TV. He just brought up the whole thing watching with his kid when it comes to actual Bryan Cranston, when it comes to TV. Comes to TV in general. I'm sorry, I'm having a moment. But to me, I think this is all bullshit. Nick Cage has too many dinosaur bones to buy, and I think that he can't afford to stop working so he can buy the dinosaur bones, and he can buy everything he wants. He said, well, that's the thing, Richard Tracy. He said 3 or 4 more movies, and then he said that he's going to have to maybe step away. He said, honestly, he said maybe television is the next step. He said, I'm not really sure what the next step for me will be, and we'll see. So is this real? Is this not real? What do we feel out there if Nick Cage really will, take that motorcycle and drive off to the distance, or maybe he will come back for
Nice.
another role. Only time will tell. But I want to go to my group right
okay,
here.
great.
What do
Sorry.
we think about this, Sabrina? Sabrina is so excited
wanted
about
to
this.
pee. I was
Super
gonna
ready.
get up and
Can't
pee,
even-
but I
she's
saw the
standing up.
comments. I was like, God damn it.
Excited. Oh my God,
Nicolas
so
Cage,
excited.
friend of the show.
At edge of her seat. I'm going to go to Mr. Mike Casey, though, first on this.
You made me sit down for no reason. Go to Mike. Fuck off. I'm going to pee.
So, Mike,
Go
Let's see what
pee.
Zach has to say.
Go pee. Go
Mike,
pee.
do you think that Nic Cage is seriously going to step away from acting? Do you think that maybe he will actually go into TV, or do you think that he has given all he has to give to cinema, and it's time for Nic Cage to find the next chapter in his life?
Friend of the show. Very
Friend of
few
the fucking
people
show.
do we mention. Very few people do we mention that people like just jump on the positivity. They say like Nic Cage, he's swinging and swinging. He says he wants to step back, but then he's gonna be taking a trip with his family through a museum, and he's gonna see a mummy, and he's gonna say, wow, that's a good looking mummy, and he's gonna have to have it. And then we're gonna get 16 more iterations of National Treasure. I mean, as far as I understand, that's the way. Aside from Con Air Nick, that's the way that he decides how things happen in his life. We all love Nic Cage. If he wants to step back a little bit, he's just now watching Breaking Bad. Like, of course,
know, right?
he's a busy mofo.
He's working, man.
He
The man
doesn't stop.
Doesn't stop.
He loves to work. Like, so whether it's Dino Bones, whether it's mummies, whether it's other things that have been buried deep within the earth that he's shown on cinema to have a great affinity for, it doesn't surprise me that he wants to explore, a longer form art form, because it's a thing in TV now. It didn't used to be like that. That movie actors actually had something to gain from joining TV, but now, because the production values, because the
It's
special
totally different.
effects have gotten to that level, it has something to offer him, which is astonishing, because simultaneously he's saying, oh, like, I want to reel back from movies. I want to spend more time with my family. And then also he wants to jump into a format that's like,
take away from his family completely.
A 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. for 6 months, like while he films this stuff. It's I don't know if all that stuff makes sense together. He needs to work because he's compelled. He wants to spend time with his family. I don't know. I wish him luck, though, because everybody is going to be clamoring to have this guy on their AAA series. Like, can you imagine him in frickin' Game of Thrones? Like, just doped down in like deep in furs, and like him going full melodrama, because melodrama is what he wants. He's gonna be going
He
deep
loves
into that. So I am
Face-Off's awesome.
I'm so ready, Brian. I'm so ready.
I feel like TV could be like a renaissance for his career. It could be amazing, and I think that if he does do that, I think it's great for him. I don't think he's retiring, Mike. We got the chat
Face
saying no,
off.
100%. People like I got pulled one.
fucking
People
way.
saying no.
No,
I don't
what?
see it happening. That Nic Cage will not retire.
Oh, yeah,
Well, I said Nic Cage will retire. People are like, no. And I think you're right, Mike. He has a very big chapter moving forward here when it comes to his career. Sabrina, what do you think? Do you think Nic Cage is going to retire? Do you think this is all smoke and mirrors, or do you think that he's actually thinking about stepping away from acting?
I agree with Mike, kind of like it. It depends on what kind of things he wants and needs. He's a rare collector and definitely an odd bird. He is a lover of comic books. He is actually Richard Tracy, yes, related to Francis Ford Coppola. I believe it's his uncle. And he changed his last name because he didn't want to have like that whole nepotism situation going on, which I think is super cute. I also think that people throw this motherfucker a lot of hate, and he's pretty fucking awesome. Even when he's like not great, I still love him, which is really rare for me because I kind of hate everything. So I would love him to keep making movies for as long as movies exist and as long as his life exists. So this is really sad for me. I feel like there's a trend though currently of people being like, I'm gonna retire, and then they're like, I'm coming out of retirement, and like, but I'm gonna retire again, and so I'm not honestly putting too much stock in it personally as a for me, I'm not putting too much stock in it. And I also will honestly support anything. Someone mentioned Con Air, great. Face Off, great.
So good.
Like, there's so many spectacular movies that he was in. Like, and I feel like he gets such a bad rap. Like, I mean, Raising Arizona, fucking great movie. Him and Holly Hunter, oh my god, it was spectacular. I just feel like I feel like he has done so many wonderful things, and because he did something like Ghost Rider, like people are very upset with him. It's like, fuck off, dude. He is a gem, a fucking cinematic gem that I would love to continue to watch, get more and more refined as the moments pass. They mentioned Renfield. Watch that. He was a spectacular Dracula. I loved it. I loved him. I loved Nicholas Hoult. Like, it was, it was what it was. Like, please don't expect too much, but it is what it is. And I had a really, really, really good time watching it.
I think it's great.
Yeah. Oh, I love that, Zach. Yes. He's gonna retire like they retired the McRib. Now he'll be back every once in a while for a little bit of cheer. I'll take that. I will take that. I don't want him to retire.
Yeah,
I guess that's my final statement.
I think he's not going to. Sean, right? He's not going to retire.
Oh, that was not good.
Do you see?
Hold on, I'm sorry.
The CG flash. That's a good statement for Sean here. That's good
really
for Sean here.
I have many thoughts on that, says Sean.
And there was the controversy where he did shoot stuff, and he said they didn't use any of it. They just CG'd him in. He's like, I didn't shoot any spider. I didn't do any of this. Do you think that could maybe that kind of stuff is making him not want to be in cinema anymore? He's worried about that. That's why he's like, maybe I need to step away. And you think that TV could still do him dirty like that?
Yeah, I want to thank Richard for taking the wind out of my sails. That was exactly what I wanted to talk about. I've paid a lot of attention to Nicolas Cage's opinions and interviews, and when the Flash is brought up, the man visibly deflates and really just disconnects, and it's really sad to watch. It's super sad to watch. I think he feels he holds himself to don't keep it together, guys. We're so close. We're so close here. Keep it together. We gotta land this plane, guys. Come on. I think he's someone that holds himself to such a high standard that he expects the best, and he expects that he puts himself into so many projects and becomes so many different characters, and he wants to show the best part of himself and really involve himself in a movie, the career, whatever. Like, it's a fantastic career when you look at it. The man plays himself in a video game, for God's sakes. If you haven't,
plays himself in The Massive Weight of Unbearable Talent.
Massive Weight of Unbearable Talent was one of the best things I think I've ever seen him in, and like, I haven't seen a lot of his classics, like, what is it, Betty Sue Getting Married or whatever. Like, I love Raising Arizona, of course, but the man has so many hits on his filmography, and he still finds a way to surprise us and take on new characters. What he just did in Dream Scenario was amazing.
You saw it?
No. But I
want to see
sell on yourself, Sean.
It's only in so many theaters.
Thank you.
That was great.
It is. But like, you can just tell that the man cares, and like, I honestly am hard pressed to find another, especially American actor, who we should hold in such high reverence. I honestly feel like if he wants to take a chance on television, I think I agree with you completely, Brian. Like, television is becoming a good place to take those chances. Shows like Fargo, shows like True Detective on HBO. They're giving these kind of stories and investment in key talent.
Give me Nic Cage and True Detective, man.
When Brian introduced this, like, I was like, I could really see him like chew the fuck out of some scenery in True Detective. And again, like, the Fargo season that just came out is getting a lot of attention. And just even the caliber of the cast is amazing. And yeah, you don't have anyone at a Nic Cage level, but like,
you throw him in there.
Fargo's
Wait, what?
season with
Fargo?
Fargo's season with Ewan
That's a-
McGregor. Ewan McGregor
Listen,
played two
Dude,
characters for the entire season,
That's
and you
fucking
still
awesome.
felt like they were two different actors. Like, he did such a great job at defining who those characters were, and the performances were nuanced. It was beautiful. And like, give Nic Cage a shot. If the man wants to do television, give him some fucking scripts. I honestly think, like, yeah, he's put himself out there. He's reinvented himself. He's had renaissances in his career, up and down, different times and different decades. You can point to the who was Nic Cage of the 90s and the early aughts, right? Like, are we ever going to get another National Treasure movie? Maybe. I mean, a lot of people have hinted at it a long time, but like, and because it's Nic Cage, there's always going to be holding out that hope that it's still possible. The man,
as long as they write a $35 million paycheck, he'll be there.
He'll show up. Yeah, that guy has a lot of dinosaur bones and first appearances of Superman. I will say he did get to voice Superman in the Teen Titans Go movie. So
That's awesome.
He did get to do that, and I think
Love
that
it.
there was so much backlash in the Flash movie after it came out. Like, you guys actually fucking shot
Who are you
Nic Cage
talking
and
to,
you didn't
dickbag?
use that shit. Like, come the fact bud. So okay, Zach, calm down, buddy. Anywho,
I just want to know who he was talking about.
it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Question.
Anyway,
But you're-
more Nic
you're
Cage
right,
equals good for me. But yeah, I think you said it right.
There's a lot of
Brian.
roles,
More
Sean.
Cage
There's a
equals
lot of
good for
roles
me.
you could do
I like
on
that.
TV that I think we've been screaming for more Nic Cage. Everybody loves fucking Nic Cage. And you see him, like, even in the trailer stream scenario, I have not seen it yet, and because it's only limited theaters. I'm hoping it's going to come by the one by us.
I'm just trying to find out where the fuck we can see it.
I want to see. I think we
Well,
do Beverly
you'll
Hills.
see it eventually on HBO Max. Apparently,
It'll be on
I
Max.
wanna
It's going to be on
wait.
Max. Yeah.
be
By
fucking
the way,
patient
really
for
quick,
it.
while we're talking about A24 and HBO Max, like, can we just have a brief moment on Poor Things? Is anybody excited about that?
Mm.
No one knows what I'm talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about. Mark Ruffalo and Emma Stone, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
really excited.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be this year's Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That's a
Oh,
big
that's
a big
bold.
ask.
No, I really
All right,
think
write
it's
it
gonna
down.
be. Yeah, but
Log right now.
Today,
December
I'm
6th,
Ron Brady.
11.
I,
On
11,
Sean's
12
resurrection to
Eastern.
Kruse Control.
I wrote it on my journal on December 6th at 8:12 p.m. Veronica Stone said that she was funny. Yep, that's what we're doing right now.
Anyways,
Did you just
everybody,
rename
I don't
yourself,
think
Ron? Okay, sorry.
No, it was from
I don't think-
Anchorman.
I don't think Nic Cage is retiring.
Oh,
I
right.
think Nic Cage is going to have a new chapter moving forward. And maybe he does 3 or 4 movies. But again, he left this little loophole being like, well, if it's one of my best movies from my past, maybe I'll do it. So I'm guessing, like, maybe he will step away a little bit. Maybe he'll get into TV. I'm all for that. I think we're all about that. And I hope Nic Cage never retires. And I hope this is
Me
just
too.
a moment in his life where he's upset about the Flash.
Okay, thank you, Zach.
And
Because I
he'll
was
be
a little
okay.
bit pissed. I'm like, all I do is support you, and you're trying to fucking be an asshole. Just kidding. I knew. you
Oh,
were
I
joking.
shut it
You're
down. We
very
both
funny.
tried to click that at the same time, Sabrina.
I gotta say-
Thank you, Zach.
Zach, you're awesome.
We love Nic Cage. Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for being
And
on Kruse
Zach.
Control
Oh my
tonight.
God,
Appreciate you as always. Hope you had a great night. We went way over. I mean, we had less subjects, but I mean, we're so excited to see each other again. I think that's
Sean's
why.
back. We
It's something
went
to have
over,
Sean back.
sorry.
Happy
You're surprised we went over in my first time back in like 3 weeks? Come
I
on.
mean, I'm not.
That's true.
I'm not.
It's true. I mean,
Brian is.
it was a good show.
Brian pretends to be. Let's be clear.
Well, you know, I don't pretend. I'm
you
shocked.
pretend to be.
I was shocked the time
you're not.
earlier, and
I
I'm
know
shocked.
pretend.
I'm
Hi,
shocked.
Brian. I
Pretend?
know pretend.
Who pretends?
Brian's like, I'm an actor, but I don't pretend.
I
Most
live.
ridiculous
That's
thing
what I
I've
do. I
ever
live.
said. I am an actor. No, everything's very real.
Anyways, Mr. Mike Case, thank you so much for being here on Kruse Control tonight.
Thank
Hope you had a
you,
great
Nick
time.
Cage.
Our resident intellectual, thank you so much for being here.
Yep.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
Thanks all you chinchillas, desert dwelling mammals, all you undersea mollusks and
Arachnid.
arthropods and
Yeah,
anthropods.
GR, thanks for being here.
It's great to see you, Sabrina. Great to see you, Sean. I had
Always.
a blast. Thanks to everybody in the chat. You guys are the ones that make it happen. So
Yep, for sure.
I'm about it. I'll see you next week.
Well, technically, we make
Those
it
are some
happen.
hot takes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, Sean, you're going
It's
to come
all-
in with
it's
your
a
fucking
collective-
ego?
it's a
After
collective
3 weeks
effort.
off,
It's a
you're going to come in
collective
with an
effort,
apology
Sean.
about strays and then bring your ego? What the fucking fuck, bro?
Whatever.
Mr.
I'm not here to
Sean
make friends.
Brian, yeah, you're next. up, man.
Clearly, that's not what you're looking for. We're aware.
Mr. Sean Sutherland, thank you so much for being back on Kruse Control. Appreciate you, man. It's been too long. Happy to see you again. Hope you had a great holiday, Thanksgiving time, and I hope to see you back next week.
I would love to. If it's Wednesday, I'm going to be here on Kruse Control. Thank you so much for having me back. I missed everybody. Mostly just fighting with Sabrina, but aside from that,
I
love you guys. Thank you again, Brian, for putting this together and having me back. Can't wait to do this again next week.
It's so good to see you. Yeah, we're gonna have fun
Are you
next
gonna
week.
be back next week? You're gonna be in Germany or like on a plane
we'll
or
see.
like in the Maldives? Like what's happening?
I'll tell you Tuesday.
Oh, good. You want to tell me Wednesday right before the show so you can fuck everything up.
Fuck that.
Sabrina Vittori, thank you so much for being here on Kruse Control. As always, hope you had a great night.
Are you reprimanding me?
Day. Happy hump day. Happy hump day.
I
I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Yeah, everyone knows I hate the word hump day, but I referenced it once. You gave me the wah, wah, wah. So never again, just to be clear. Queen, I love you so much.
Thank you all
so much.
in the chat. Thank
GR,
you all.
it's my time. Fucking shut up. GR, I love you. Thank you. Queen, I love you. Thank you. Richard Tracy. Oh, Richard Tracy, you're on Sean's side? Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I love Team Sean. I love Team Sabrina. I love Team Brian. I love Team Kruse Control. I'm just teasing. Zach, you're amazing. You always make me laugh, even though you say weird shit sometimes. One of my favorite people on the planet. And everyone else, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for tuning in. This literally would not be anything if it wasn't for you guys. So I really, really appreciate you being here. What are you doing, Sean? What the fuck are you doing?
No, I agree with you. Yeah, totally.
You're doing weird. You're making faces.
That's his agree. That's his agree with
You look like Polly Walnuts from like fucking Sopranos. You're like
Pepe's talking. Hold on, guys. Come on.
I'm sorry. Let me give a moment to my dog.
Pepe, have a good night, man.
Until next time, everybody, Pepstar is out.
I like a good sign
Thanks,
off.
Pep.
And until next time, everybody, we're at 825 subscribers. We're trying to get to that 1,000 by the end of the year. Hopefully, it's not that much. You gotta tell people. We can get
Tell
there.
people, boys.
We can get
Bring
there.
your,
We've been
bring
kicking
your
some ass
friends.
this
We're
past
here.
month.
We'll say hi. We like talking to you.
Tell your friends to come join us live. It's awesome. Bombs blowing up, people having a good time. You gotta tell everybody. You gotta tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, great-great-grandpas, all the fucking grandmas and grandpas, and all the multiverses out there that have come together to make one big unified multiversal fucking union of all the grandparents that are fucking destroying the multiverse and coming together, and they all subscribe, but you haven't subscribed. I understand if the grandmas and grandpas, you should be able to do it too. The mailman, the fucking chinchillas, and the badgers, and the beavers, and the bears, and all the fucking wild creatures out there that have deer, whether it's as children because they're awesome, they fucking gallop around the neighborhood. And they fucking lick you every day and they love you. That's what it is all about. And all the fucking kangaroos out there that hop, subscribe. And everybody out there in the world, because if you tell those people, we'll get to 1,000 before you know, because we gotta get there before the end of the year. I'm so excited. It's been a fucking fabulous year. We're almost at 1 year of being all together. It's fucking great. Boycott Eraserhead. Fucking Eraserhead, but he's also awesome. Anyways, you gotta tell everybody, when we get there, we'll be at 1,000. Then we're gonna keep going from there, join the community, and get bigger and bigger, because we're here telling news for you and have a great time in the meme process. So anyways, everybody, until Friday, see ya.